Hello YouTube. So today I'm going to be doing a shout
Hello
out video.
everyone, this is Natural Vibes. Natural Vibes. We look for ways to raise your vibrations.
I'm going to be doing a shout out video. A shout out video where I shout out young YouTubers such as myself who's just starting out on YouTube and try to figure out YouTube, the whole platform and everything like that. So about a year or so ago, YouTube decided to change the requirements for becoming monetized on YouTube. So right now you require 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers to be monetized on YouTube, which is a major bummer because when I first started out, it was definitely not like that. Those requirements were not there, and I thought it was a little bit easier on YouTube than it is now. It's a little bit more cutthroat, but you know, it's very important that young YouTubers try to stay motivated and keep having fun, creating new videos and cool videos and things like that. So I decided to start doing these shout out videos where I shout out someone that's new to YouTube, that needs a little bit of love and motivation. This is my first one. I used to do these like every week or every 2 weeks. I used to do a shout out video for a while, and then I took a little bit of break from it, and now I think, now that I see a lot of young YouTubers getting on the platform again, that it's a great time to pick it back up and start doing shout out videos. So before I do a shout out, I first want to give a little bit of advice, because in these videos I always do a little bit of advice before I go into shouting everyone out. So I think the main thing for me so far is things that I have wish I knew when I first started YouTube, when I was straight out just starting out YouTube. There were a few advice that I wish I had when I first started out, and I just want to share it with everyone that would want, advice, or doesn't think that they would want advice, but probably should be listening to some advice from someone that has been going through it and realized what they've been doing wrong, and have learned from it so far. So thank you very much. Right now I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, which I'm really excited about. I didn't really think that I would make it to 10,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about it. Thank you for all you guys that subscribe to my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then the next thing, the bit of advice that I have. Advice number one. So a lot of people think that you need all this expensive equipment to get started on YouTube, but really you don't need much. There's not a lot of stuff that YouTube really requires. You can simply get by with just shooting on, like when I first started off, I was shooting on my iPhone, and this was shot using my iPhone camera. But if you're going to be shooting on your camera, one bit of advice that I have for you is to make sure you're shooting on the your back camera, not your front camera, because it's a little bit better quality of a picture without getting too technical. So that's a bit of advice that I had, because when I first started off, the first couple of videos I had, I was filming with my front camera, and the quality of the recording isn't as great as if you were to film with your back camera. And the other bit of advice I have for someone that's first starting off on YouTube is that just make sure you have your camera turned long ways and not sideways, because whenever you turn it long ways, I mean, this might sound silly, but the size of the recording that you get looks a little funky on YouTube because of the format that the size of the camera needs to be. It's a little off. So if you just try to remember to film vertically and not horizontally with your camera, that's a bit of advice that I learned later, because my first couple of videos I was wondering why my recordings were coming out quirky and not looking like everyone else's did. And then when I figured that out, a lot better. So the other thing I have for those that are just starting off is just don't get discouraged, because sometimes it's really easy to become discouraged when you're first starting off. I had gotten a little frustrated when I first started, but the best thing that someone could say to me is just like, keep motivated, keep recording. And sometimes it's good to be recording videos because you really enjoy sharing something with the world. That is a big motivation, and that's what kind of motivated me, because I really just started because I wanted to start sharing information, sharing things I've learned, and hearing from other people what they've learned with other people. So it's just something that kept motivating me. So I wasn't really looking at my numbers. I wasn't looking as much at the views or the subscribers at first. But that is kind of important because you want to advance in some way. So it is important to look at the views and the subscribers, but don't get too into looking at that. Because if you're doing something that you enjoy doing, keep doing it. Continue doing it. Because that's the most important thing. It's something that you enjoy, you keep doing it, then it's just a win-win. It's not something that you're dreading turning on the camera and starting it up. Then it's just something that just comes naturally to you that you just enjoy. Then it just makes it a lot better. And I mean, the other bit of advice that really would hit home for me is you don't have to be the best speaker in order to start on YouTube. Okay, so one of the reasons I started was because I wanted to be a bit better at my speech and talking and giving lectures and things like that, and presentations, which I have to do on a daily or weekly basis anyway. And becoming better at it was like very advantageous to me. So it's something I wanted to pursue anyway. So you don't have to be like the best speaker to start on YouTube. And that is a bit of advice that I wish someone told me going out, because you might get some nasty comments, and you just have to learn to have some thick skin and understand that other people, their advice might not be something that you need to listen to, and just move on from there and be as positive as you can. The other thing I have is, and I think I mentioned this before, is just to press play, because sometimes we get too bent up on it needs to be perfect, it needs to be where it's at, and it gets out of control, and then push comes to shove, you're not pressing play. Sometimes it's just important to just press play. I mean, that's a bit of advice where, yeah, I wish I had before, because sometimes I would miss out on opportunities where I had something to share. There was something I really wanted to share with YouTube, and I didn't, because I'm like, well, it's not the best, it's not this. Don't worry about being the best, or just start the camera, press play. And I think that's all for me for now. And just I wanted to start this up and start sharing with you guys. And I did have one new channel to shout out and do a shout out video on, and it's actually, drum roll, the Royal Waltons. And it's very funny. This is actually my own family channel that my family and I decided to start. It was actually my son motivated us to, he really wanted to get started on YouTube with a family channel and us doing like little fun activities and pranks and things like that. And we only started about a week ago, and it's been going pretty well. So far we have about 68 subscribers and a lot of views. So we just want to keep it going, and it's been a really helpful teaching experience for me, teaching my son how to put together thumbnails and record with a camera and edit film and footage and put videos together and uploading them to YouTube. and it's been a great opportunity for me to teach him, and he's been learning like a sponge. I mean, young people, they just get stuff and they run with it, and he's been doing really well with it. So I just want to shout out the Royal Waltons, and it's an up and coming channel, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. And I'm not just saying that because it's my own channel, but I think my kids have a lot of great ideas that they want to display. So that's all I have for this video. That's all I have for today. And if you have any advice that you want to share with young YouTubers or YouTubers just starting out on how to get started, what's the best advice to get started, what mistakes that you've made when you started that you wish you hadn't, please comment below. Let me know. And also, if you want to be included as for a shout out for the next video, please include your information below. Include your channel, your information, like what your channel is all about, and a little blurb about that. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed watching that. It's not my typical video. Usually I'm filming about natural solutions, natural remedies to take control of your health. But please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to find out more information about that. Thank you and have a great day.